Welcome viewers once again to my channel. I'm Sharon. As I already mentioned before, we have different citation formats that we use. And in this new video, I'm going to take us through APA citation formats, which is the most commonly used in most institutions. For example, here in Gula University. And the most recent edition that we are still following is the 6th edition. So that's what I'm really going to take you through. And then we have the 7th edition already out, but it's not yet adapted. So that we shall look at it another time, but for now, let's focus on the 6th edition. To start with, let's look at citing images and features and figures in presentations. What does it entail? When citing an image on a slide, like using the 6th edition format, for example, source adapted from maybe like consumer behavior trends by Johnson, that is in 2014, retrieved from URL, reference list entry for an image that will contain the detail that I've said before. This is how it will look like. For example, we are going to put Johnson the author, then what follows is the year of publication. Then we put the title of either the journal, and then obviously, and then if there's a photograph, we shall place it after the title of the journal, and then retrieved from the website. You put the website where you've retrieved it from. That's how you would be citing an image on a slide. The best practices would involve you would use images licensed from reuse or Creative Commons, stock photos, government resources. So we don't use pictures from out of the blue or anywhere or any pictures. It should supposed to be from licensed or from a credible source. Then provide a caption below the image with a shortened citation. Then you have to provide the full references on the last slide as well. That's when you are citing images or figures presentation. Now, why citation matters? Why does citation matters? Citation helps to avoid plagiarism, and it maintains academic integrity. For example, APA, which is a short form of American Psychological Association, in 2010, let me say, the publication. And then it provides credibility by backing up claims with reliable sources. Also, it allows the audience to locate original sources. And then reference for APA manuals like the 6th edition. We have the American Psychological Association 2010 publication manual of the American Psychological Association 6th edition. That's the APA. When to cite in a presentation? When does one cite in a presentation? Cite your sources when you paraphrase or summarize another author's work. Like I was telling you about plagiarism, you must cite your sources when you use another person's work. Also, directly quote a source. That can be when you are in citation, you can directly quote a source, and then include statistics, data, or images not originally created by you. You have to cite this work. Then refer to another researcher's authorities, findings, or ideas. So cite your sources when you're doing those that are mentioned, paraphrasing or summarizing another author's work, and directly quoting a source, including statistics, images, data not originally created by you, and then referring to another researcher's theory, findings, or ideas. You must cite in your presentation. You do not need to cite, there are exceptions though, where you don't need to cite the author or the sources. For example, common knowledge. This can be like HE, the world revolves around the sun. We already know that almost it's a common knowledge that we know that the word reveals us. So with this one, you don't need to cite the source, its source. Your own thoughts, observational experience. I don't think you will have to cite your own thought, observational experience. So these are the exceptions of where you might need to what? To cite the sources. In-text citation in APA, 6th edition. How do we do this? We have paraphrasing citation format. So in this way, you put the author and then the year. So if it's in-text citation, we can put in the open parenthesis and we put the author and the year. Or, like for example, Smith, 2015 into brackets. Example, digital marketing has changed the way businesses interact with consumers. Into bracket, open parenthesis, Smith, you put a comma. So the comma is supposed to be put between the author's name and then the year. And we use the author's first name. So you put Smith, comma, 2015, and you close the brackets. Then we have another example. According to Jones, then you open brackets and you put the year of publication, 2013, followed by a comma. Strategic research improves marketing effectiveness. Another thing is direct quote citation format, where you have the author, the year, and then the page number. Examples. We have open quotation. Consumer engagement is essential for brand loyalty. Close the quotation mark. Open brackets and put the author's name. Brown and white. Now here brown and white means that there are two authors, so you cite them and put with a symbol, then a comma after the second author, and then the last author or the second author, and then you put the year of publication, like for example 2012. Put a comma and put the page number. That's when you are directing, you're using direct quote in your citation. I hope we are together, members. Anyone who is left behind can always comment. You can press your comment, or you can always raise your concerns where you get lost. And we have also a note here was saying that unlike in the 7th edition, the 6th edition requires P, that is for page P and a dot before the page number in direct quotation. So mark this. In our next, we are going to look at citing multiple authors. How do we cite multiple authors in APA format 6th edition? When you're citing multiple authors, for example, key differences from APA 7th edition, in-text citations for 3 to 5 authors require all names in the first citation and then et al., that is, and men and others in subsequent citation. For example, when you're having one author for the 6th edition in APA, the first citation in-text, we shall put the author, obviously it will be one author, like for example Smith, comma, and you put the year publication, 2015. And then in the subsequent citation, we shall maintain the same thing, Smith, comma, 2015. When you're having two authors, you will have in your first citation, for example, if you have Taylor, you're going to put Taylor and Morgan. If you have Taylor and Morgan, you're going to put Taylor and Morgan. If it has to be in brackets, you put Taylor and the symbol and Morgan, then your comma, followed by the year of publication. Subsequent citations will have the same thing. And then for 3 to 5 authors, we shall list all the authors' first name, for example, Johnson, comma, Patel, comma, and Kim. Then you put a comma and place the year of publication. But in the subsequent citation, we shall only put the first name of the first author and followed by the word et al. So we shall put Johnson et al. And after that, you are going to place a full stop in a comma and then follows by the year of the publication. That was for 3 to 5 authors in our subsequent citations. How about 6 and onward? 6 plus authors. For 6 plus authors, in the first citation in text, we're going to have the first name of the first author, followed by the word et al. In the first citation, and the same thing in subsequent citations. So for example, if we have Thompson and so many other authors, 6 plus authors, we shall put Thompson et al. then we put a full stop and a comma and the year of publication as your citation in text. Same thing is going to apply for the subsequent citations. So difference from APA 7th edition. APA 7th edition, for 3 or more authors, you always use a tag in every index citation. That is the difference. Instead of listing the first index citation as in the 6th edition APA, for the 7th edition, even in the first citation, you use you only cite the first name of the first author and followed with the word et al. And the year publication. Formatting reference slide APA citation. Let's look at how we format a reference slide. Key rules are you should alphabetize by author's last name. That is it. Then use a hanging indent for first line flash. Hanging indent into brackets slash left comma subsequent lines indented. Then italicize book and journal titles. Then reference list examples. In the APA 6th edition book, we have like Brown, comma A. You put a full stop and a comma and White, comma T, as you can follow here. Put the year of publication, then indent the publication, the book or journal title, for example, the digital marketing trends in the 21st century, Oxford University Press. Then the journal articles, you can see a John, blah, blah, blah. And then the journal articles, John, this the role of strategic marketing research, journal of marketing research. Then the web sources in the APA edition, 6th edition format, you are going to, you also cite the web sources. So the same, but differences from APA 6th edition. In APA 7th edition, URLs no longer need retrieved from, but APA 6th edition still requires retrieved from. That's when you have to you have to cite, include also the web sources where you have retrieved the information from. Let's look at the key differences between the APA 6th edition and the 7th edition. In category, let's see, in-text citation for 3 or plus authors. 6th edition, we say that the first citation, all names, full stop, letters. In the first, you put all names, then later et al. 7th edition, you always use et al. After the first name. Then citing a website. In 6th edition, we used retrieved from before the URL, but then in the 7th edition, no, you don't choose, there is no retrieved from needed. Citing an ebook, we use retrieved from before URL. In 7th edition, we include the publisher's name. Fonts allowed, we use in the 6th edition, we use the Times New Romance and the 12 points only, the font size. And then 7th edition, we can use Time New Romance. We have the area and then the Calibri. Yeah, those are the main differences. Then, what are the common mistakes in APA 6th edition? We have incorrect in-text citation. So the saying that it is wrong to say Smith et al. Full stop, dot comma, and then you put it at it. The correct form is put the Smith, put John, and put Iron. In the year, the first time, and then that the second time. And then forgetting the page numbers in the direct quotation. You are supposed not to forget. When you're having direct quotation, you should not forget the page numbers. Then not italicizing channels or book titles. You should italicize channels or book titles. And then we have forgetting retrieved from in web citations. In web citation, we shouldn't forget this retrieved from bit of. APA formatting. Conclusion and the best practices. All of you should always cite your sources when paraphrased, quoted, images, or data. Also use etal correctly, 3+ authors after the first mention. Then keep references consistent with APA 6th edition. That is all for today and about the APA citation formatting. Thank you for tuning in and being patient. This was a long session for us, but I hope that we have understood something. And in case you have not, you can always go back and replay this and then follow through. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. And yeah, tune in for my next video. Thank you.